Reston Digs, guess what? I'm super excited because today I'm interviewing Bryan and Taylor and Sky and Odin, which you can't see right now, but you're going to see shortly. Yeah, there we go. And we're talking about their business, TKO Paintings. So I'm super pumped because obviously we know you guys, we're neighbors, but we never knew quite what you did until we started like going on Instagram and we're like, oh my God, they're like awesome artist and they got this cool business. And so anyhow, I wanted to learn more about your business. I want Reston to learn more about your business, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about you guys today, right? So we could share it with our audience. So we were talking before we jumped on. I want to know, how did you come into doing commission work? Why painting? Has it always been portraits, abstracts? Kind of walk me through, what did you do in the beginning? In the beginning.
So I've always painted my whole life. I've always just been very creative. I've had a passion for it. I went to school for graphic design, which was more, on the computer side type thing. And I just always paint on the side. I just love it, kind of thing. So I started painting portraits back in college. So it's almost 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You guys are babies.
Almost 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. So I started painting like portraits for my friends and stuff to help pay for fare. And always done abstracts on the side. I just kind of like the balance between the two, I guess. And I think my portraits kind of show like my graphic design side. They're a little bit more like technical. And I like the balance between that and my abstracts, which are a lot more like, blended and, moody, I guess.
No, you got it. So here's what I loved when we were talking before the break, right? You said that you knew her because you bought artwork from her originally.
Well, we went to high school together, and then we remained friends through college. And then when she started doing paintings for her friends in college, I found out about that, and I was like, well, we didn't go to the same college, but I made sure that I got a lot of her artwork because I always had a huge crush on her. So, but I was...
You're like, I'm gonna buy her artwork.
Well, plus it was just amazing artwork, and nobody else could do anything like that. And we were really good friends as well. So I asked her to do a few paintings for me, and I have them to this day. And they're upstairs. I was a client way before she would even think about dating me.
You're a smart man.
Yes.
What I love about the combination is when we were talking earlier, right? You're doing the artwork and you're kind of like the face of the business, and you're the mastermind behind there talking about like, hey, maybe we should do this. And you're handling a lot of the business functions. So talk to me a little bit about the dynamic of your relationship as, a couple and as business partners, and like what specifically is that you do, or what don't you do?
Well, I've always had, I have my own job, and so I work from home, and I've always been able to be pretty flexible. So I've always been kind of around to answer questions for Taylor when she has clients ask questions, or, if somebody will suggest an idea, we'll decide if that's a good idea or not. And I can usually travel with Taylor to visit clients and figure out things, so I can always kind of incorporate or pitch my ideas to the client that Taylor might not necessarily think like, oh, I can do this and this and this, whereas I always know exactly what Taylor can do. So we'll meet with the client, and I can throw out 5 or 6 ideas that Taylor might not have, but that she can obviously do, and that would look really, really great on any given project.
He has a huge imagination, which is great.
And I also I've been working to help come up with what. When we decide, Taylor will decide that she wants to paint a certain person, like a character from a TV show, so I'll help come up with what would capture that, what kind of background, what kind of pose, that kind of thing. That's very fun. And then I'm happy to say that I was a big push. I made the big push that we should invest in a printer and do our own printing. And so that's the kind of stuff that I'm actually...
It took a few months of convincing.
Yeah, it took a few months to convince her because it's a pretty big investment, both in time and resources. But it's been a lot of fun, and I'm trying. And the more her business picks up, the more it's definitely a lot of work. It's a lot of fun.
It seems like from when we were talking earlier, I mean, you've been at this now for a decade, right?
And the painting part, the printing's new.
The printing's new.
Yeah.
But it seems like in the last year, year and a half, there's almost like this hockey stick that's happened, right?
Yeah.
Where like you guys are out there, people know you. So I want Reston to understand like how that came about, right? So where did, because if anybody looks you guys up on Instagram, right? What's your Instagram handle?
TKO Paintings.
Okay, TKO Paintings.
TKO.
You're gonna, the following is huge, right? So tell me what started that? What started all of just like this media attention, right?
Actually, hockey.
Hockey, okay.
Yeah, the Washington Caps. So last summer, I was asked by Circa in Chinatown to do 15 portraits to
It's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant, yeah, right by Capitol and Arena. I was asked to kind of like redo their like lower bar area. It's a 2-level restaurant. It's very cool.
It was a new building.
Yeah.
It was a new restaurant that they were opening, so they were completely redoing the bar from the former place. So it wasn't like a renovation, it was just a new build.
Okay.
Yeah, and they kind of didn't really have anything down there. It was just super modern, and they just wanted to like just fill it up with something colorful. So they wanted to incorporate, sports. Obviously, the Caps had just won the cup, so they wanted some of those, and then they wanted local celebrities that are from DC, like Chappelle and
Dave
Grohl, and a few others. So I did 15.
Marvin Gaye.
There was some Wizards on there. We did Mystics. Yeah, so did 15 portraits, and I did a huge mural like the Capitol building. And long story short, Bryan was like, let's like set up a little camera, while you paint these. It could be just fun to share. At that point, I only had like 1,000 people following me, so I was like, okay, this would be like a lot of fun. I always like watching artists process. I just think it's fascinating. So I was like, okay, why not? So I was like pumping these out really, fast kind of thing. Well, it feels fast now, but like at the time it didn't feel.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. But
yeah,
you said no sleep. Yeah.
Not really. But it's good because we had a lot of good content to kind of push out into the world. So started sharing that, and then it kind of grabbed the attention of some Caps players, which was really cool. And then one thing led to another, and then NHL reached out, and then
NBC Sports
reached out, and like the owner of the Caps reached out. So
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, that's what happened. Yeah. So Bryan actually has been like a Caps fan since I've known him.
Okay.
So he got me into the Caps. So obviously he's like secretly just losing his mind when we go to like deliver paintings to the players and stuff. It's just been very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so this past season, the Caps, it was actually NBC Sports. All of their Friday home games for the Capitals, they printed out between 1,000 and 3,000 copies. They actually they commissioned Taylor to do paintings, and then they would you give the painting away as a giveaway, as a prize, and then they would give away 3,000 copies to the first 3,000 people in the doors. So that got her artwork.
Like cheer cards.
Yeah, in the form of big cheer cards that were really, really high quality.
That is...
Yeah, so that got her work into the hands of a lot of the biggest Caps fans.
That was like our first taste of like a print. Like I had never actually like reproduced something of my work before, so when we saw the first one, we're like, oh, this is cool.
That's really cool.
And so that drove, because a lot of Taylor's work was, Caps work. So she got tons and tons of commissions for portraits of Caps players. And she was getting so many of them, it would be like, wow, it'd be so great if we could sell these multiple times. So many hours of work going into every painting.
Ovechkin holding the cup over his head 10 times.
Oh yeah, so you were like, okay, we just need to do
prints.
prints.
We need to just reproduce this. Yeah, this is insane. I can like paint it with my eyes closed.
Plus you can make them a lot more affordable. So, it's, you can get them into a lot more people's houses, and it's really been cool.
That's so cool. And then I know you guys are big Sunny fans, right? And so tell me a little bit about that, because who came up with that idea to start like?
So I think it was a team effort.
Yeah.
So we are both.
To be clear, it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah. The greatest show of all time.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like the definition of us. I don't know. I can't explain.
It doesn't speak very
how
well for
much.
us.
Yeah, I know.
The show is about a bunch of crazy people.
We're not at all, but we just love it.
Well, you're
so
artists.
much. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that crazy.
My mom's an artist, so I could say that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just like we bonded over it.
Yeah, she'd done a bunch of pieces of It's Always Sunny art over the years for me. I have one upstairs from 2009. She painted me some really, really detailed cornhole boards, like in 2010. A bunch of pieces for other people even before that. And, it's been our favorite show forever. We watch probably an average of 5 or 6 episodes a day.
Okay, that's hardcore.
Yeah, and...
I'm like 10.
Yeah,
always
because it's
on.
just always on in our house, and we both work from home.
We're obsessed.
So it's just something that we always have. It's like a comfort thing for us.
It is like I feel like I'm in house with my friends.
Yeah, and so we decided, because they had their 14th season coming up, so I said, hey, it'd be really cool if you did a 14-part series, because the work is really cool. She's really good at capturing just like kind of emotion of either a character or a moment in a piece of art. And so we thought, hey, it'd be really cool if, people, Sunny fans we could reach out to those people and share our art with that. And also, it's just stuff that we'd like to have. Like, we love the art.
It was just a passion project. It's just something that, like, I've been wanting to do. I've been slammed with commissions, so I haven't really had the time, but I was like, I'm going to just squeeze it in. I'm going to make it work kind of thing. I feel like, South Park creators, like, creating one a week to, like, post the following week. But I love it so much that it doesn't even feel
Yeah, of course.
like work.